Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarKives, the KarQ Archives channel, my second channel, where we just keep it casual. Gameplay, reactions, casualness, business casual. Anyways, today, the Overwatch team had an AMA on the /r/games subreddit, in which they answered questions for 2 hours. And we got a lot of new nuggets of information that I think that people will find valuable. So I'm gonna go through some of the questions and the responses from the Overwatch 2 team. They gave a bunch of it's a promotional piece, and they had these fellow people answering questions. Gavin JF, lead narrative designer. Miranda, narrative designer. John Spector, commercial lead. Winter, systems designer. Casey, art supervisor. Josh No, senior hero designer. Aaron Keller, the game director. And Scott Mercer, principal system designer. Have I met these people? I have met Jeff Goodman and Jeff Kaplan. That's it. I've never met anybody else. Should I filter by best? Let's go from top down so we get the juicy nuggets of information, then go down. So the first question was, what will happen to loot boxes and the current currencies in Overwatch? This is a question that a lot of people even asked me, and I had no idea, but it seems like they answered it here. We'll share a more detailed explanation on all these topics before Overwatch 2 goes live. Okay, but a quick answer is existing currencies will come with you into Overwatch 2. We are not transitioning loot boxes. We knew that. They're getting rid of it because they're doing a battle pass system and they have their own currency. And ahead of the launch, any unopened loot boxes will automatically be open with your account receiving all the contents. Okay, that's good. I don't have to open my 700 loot boxes anymore. Thank God. To clarify as well that Overwatch credits come with you to Overwatch 2, but our new virtual currency will be the main currency, and there will be things in Overwatch 2 that will not be purchasable. So the quick answer is, number one, they'll open all your loot boxes automatically. Number two, they're keeping your current currency, because some of you guys have a lot. I have like 80 or 90,000 currencies sitting in my Overwatch account. I'll probably have more if I open all my 700 loot boxes. If I had to guess and speculate, I assume all the skins and cosmetics available previous to the launch of Overwatch 2, so everything you see now can still be purchased with your the credits that you carry over. But I think all the new pieces of skins and content cannot be purchased with old tokens. That being said, I think their new virtual currency will also allow you to purchase things in the past and things in the future. Honestly, we're pretty spoiled, chat, because a lot of people spent this guy spent $0 on Overwatch besides the premium up front to buy the game, $30, $40 or whatever. And they own just about every cosmetic. You will never see that ever again for any game. No way in hell somebody here in chat can tell me they have every single Valorant skin that came out, unless they're an absolute whale. They had to have spent like 10 grand to get every single knife that came out in order. So let's see. Next, oh, there's a lot of, I didn't really read too much about this. We don't know much about the monetization. They're figuring it out. So John Spector said, yeah, there's a lot of players with many loot boxes to stack up. To clarify further on credits transferring, Overwatch credits come with you, virtual. Okay, they stay a separate currency. This is basically, he edited that part in from the front. That's good. Okay, next question. What social systems are coming to Overwatch 2? A lot of players have asked for clans or in-game tournaments. Has the team been working on any social systems? Aaron Keller says, we're looking to add more social systems, and a guild system is near the top of the list. A feature like this is a great opportunity and we're really excited about. Huge lift, not just for our team, but several other departments. We have put significant work. Too early to talk about specifics or when it might come out. It's too early to talk about when it might come out. This is definitely not coming out on launch. There's almost no way this is coming out by launch. And this is just in the talking phase. I hope they don't. Everyone uses Discord. Yeah, I don't know. A clan feature seems a bit over. I don't know how active the clan feature is on Apex or League of Legends. I remember when actually the clan system came out, it's just a group of friends and you just queue up as 5 and you have like a clan rating. If they had a rating system for clans, sure. But other than that, it's just, yeah, it kind of just seems like a hassle. I have to agree with that. It's just LFG with the name. I don't even think there's many people that use the LFG system in Overwatch 1. Let's be real here. Have any of you guys used the LFG system after like 2 months of it coming out? I don't think so. It's pretty dead. It's a pretty dead feature. Maybe because of the player base is dead, but I don't know. Okay, will there be an accessibility option to disable screen shake and head bob in the beta or Overwatch 2 out to play without headaches? They have accessibility option to disable screen shake. They want their games to be accessible. Overwatch 2 is lacking. We are currently discussing viable solutions for camera shake. Okay, good. What are your plans regarding maps that will go unused, such as Temple of Anubis, Hanamura, repurposed, extended, and a similar beat? Other plans to reintegrate stuff like Paris, Horizon, Lunar to fit the other game modes. These maps will still be available to play in custom games, but they won't be used in other modes at launch. Liz Winter says, I have some ideas I'd like to try when it comes to repurposing them for potential game modes, but these ideas could only see the light of day in the distant future, given our current plans. If we did find a way to give them a new mode, we'd want to do extensive testing in the arcade or other formats where we can get community feedback. We know how divisive 2CP was for much of our player base. We agree, so we wouldn't bring it back. Honestly, they should just keep some of the old maps. Paris, Horizon. Arcade should definitely have 2CP mode for those that actually enjoyed it. Just throw it back. What does the term early access mean for Overwatch 2? Does this mean that on this day, Overwatch 1 is getting replaced by Overwatch 2's PvP, or will Overwatch 1 shut down once it's out of early access? Okay, what does early access mean? Aaron Keller says early access is there to indicate that this is just the start of many new things to come to the game. So it's a marketing term. We're launching with new heroes, maps, features, but there are even more of these coming seasonally every 9 weeks. We released a roadmap with a new hero, blah, blah, blah. Additional larger pieces of the game have always been part of the vision and will be released, including campaigns. So when Overwatch 2 launches on October 4th, it will be a replacement for the live service game. So basically Overwatch 1 is getting replaced. It's getting gutted. I don't even think you can launch Overwatch 1 then, right? Now, is there any other game that went from 1 to 2 and shut down the first game completely? Did Destiny 1, when Destiny 2 came out, were you still able to launch Destiny 1? No, it didn't. It's like a completely different client. Yeah, this is just a... I mean, I thought there would still be 2 separate clients. I didn't actually think they would be a merge, to be honest with you. I want to buy the Watchpoint Pack. I don't understand what the value is. Can you go into more detail about how much it will cost to buy a Battle Pass 2000 virtual once it releases so we can better evaluate? Okay. There are several different elements. Our main goal was to offer players great value on Overwatch 2 content while keep offering the Legendary Edition of Overwatch 1. We want to jump in before we shift in October completely. For those who already own the Legendary Edition, the value here is 2 awesome exclusive Legendary skins, Season 1 Battle Pass, virtual currency, which they can use to buy the premium Battle Pass for each of the next 2 seasons if they wanted. Oh, so a big nugget of information is a premium Battle Pass will cost 1,000 VC. If it's 1,000 VC, $39.99 to get a couple of skins and 2,000 currency. Feels like it's like $1 for 100 VC maybe. So like $20. The $20 value comes from 2,000 virtual currency, and the other $20 in the $39.99 package probably is a bunch of skins in the Overwatch 1 edition. If I had to guess, like once they try selling VC, there's probably like package deals. If you buy 5,000 VC, maybe you get like 10%, 500 more bonus VC. That's what it feels like if I had to speculate on pricing. But I'm not a financial planner or whatever, business planner. I'm sure they've worked out the numbers on how they want to work those numbers out for sure. A while ago, you announced some meaty changes for Symmetra. What are their goals of the mini rework and what can we expect? Josh No says, I wouldn't necessarily call it a rework since it's more tuning and changing the mechanics, but the goal is to help improve her mobility and enable her to better react to the faster pace. Can't go into the details, but there are things like shorter teleporter build time, faster projectile speed. The right click looks like a prism now and it goes 4x. Oh, I did not see that. Oh, it does shoot like a prism. Yeah, it shoots like a ball. Like the ball, I mean, maybe that's just a texture change. This does look bigger though. The hitbox might be a bit bigger. Are there any other heroes that will be getting reworks between now and launch? Aaron Keller says we're not just committed to launching new heroes, but making changes to existing ones if they become necessary. We have some fun changes on the way to Symmetra, and partway through, we'll introduce change to Moira. Partway through, this will probably be patch 2 of beta then. We're also looking at some changes to Brig, especially for her ult. Wow. Past that, we'll continue to look and make changes based on what the needs of the game. It's an exciting time. What are the changes? What are the team's thoughts on more information / specific numbers to the hero information screens, or perhaps on other screen players can get more detailed info? Returning players, I know Dota does this, to be honest with you, where they have like actual hardcore numbers, and I think that's very important. Winter says, as a convicted try, I love the idea of giving players specific information about hero mechanics. I agree, it's helpful. Having said that, we haven't updated the hero information screen with the detailed stuff. All the hero abilities that have been reworked to new text have new text on the F1 screen though, which is nice. We will be giving people access to more information ever through the new scoreboard and our after action report. I'm proud of the progress. I know we can do more, so if and when we can add this more detailed information, I expect to see it in a bespoke new format instead of the F1 screen, since that's intended for newer players. So it seems like it's on their radar, but it's not done yet. Okay, Jellybean says, hi, longtime Overwatch fan, 5,000 hours. I mean, the F1 thing isn't really that intuitive. Half the people here don't even know you can press F1 in hero select when you pick a hero and get extra information. I don't even know what fucking button it is on console, to be honest with you. Okay, 5,000 hours, diamond border, 2020. Jeff Kaplan mentioned about borders. Will we see a similar thing? Winter says there is still we plan to remove portrait levels for Overwatch, but we want to celebrate the legacy accomplishment, and we want to display your portrait level in your profile. But on the bottom left, it seems like the portraits are going to be gone. Okay. Okay, will MMR SR reset play be reset? Oh, this is the big question. Will MMR/SR for competitive play be reset on current accounts rolling into Overwatch 2? Scott Mercer says we won't be performing a complete MMR reset for Overwatch 2, but we do plan on lowering the MMR of accounts who haven't played in a while as part of a new decay system. New decay system. A complete reset would mean that games would be completely imbalanced for weeks or longer across the entire service, and we don't think that would be a great experience. I think a lot of people are torn on this answer. I actually don't think a hard reset is necessary, or else you'll run into problems. Remember that like San Francisco Shock player, Choi Hyobin, who ended up in a gold game with some weird reset once? The game is going to be 5v5. It's a little different in the macro sense, or maybe I'm mixing it up, macro, micro, but hero mechanics play the same. If you can play Ashe in Overwatch 1, it's the fucking same in Overwatch 2. Like the macro decision making is a bit different, but like mechanically, the physics and everything are the fucking same, guys. That being said, I think a soft reset is fine. Like if you kick someone down like 1,000 SR, like kick everybody down 1,000 SR, that should be plenty. Apex does it where every season they kick people down like a tier and a half, right? With every new Overwatch season, your MMR doesn't change. You can only place 3,900, but it's pretty easy to like equalize it for the higher. And this is like a problem that's mostly exclusive to like mid to higher ranks. And I think kicking people down like 1,000 or like 1,500 SR might be fine. Okay, next question. Hey Overwatch team, I've been a fan of Overwatch and OWL for a very long time. I've noticed there's a major disconnect between the community and the broader gaming community when it comes to the perception of Overwatch and Overwatch 2. This manifests in many ways, like perception around role lock, 5v5, or general knowledge about the cost. This AMA will bring some of that in line, but what other ways do they plan to form a better connection with people who aren't entrenched? Okay, I think much of the confusion we have seen about Overwatch 2 details came from players not having the full context about our plans, as well as our change in strategy to shift the free-to-play live service model and release our PvP content first. This week has felt exciting because we have been able to share a lot more information. We have a big opportunity to welcome in millions of new players now, and we hope our Overwatch 1 players invite friends to jump in with. That didn't really answer the question, what else they have planned, to be honest with you. That didn't really answer it. Okay, this is honestly the number one thing I think the marketing team has to address to make this a success. They just have to use their channels and advertise it more. That's it. It's a very like answering it without answering it at all. I'm sorry. This is, I mean, this is probably the answering without answering is probably just, it's like, what are you guys going to do to help people build the connection and market it better? And they say, John Spector's just like, just hope, invite your friends, jump in with us. That's what it felt like. That's what the answer was. This guy asks, what's going to happen to the loot boxes? That was answered. What is your plan regarding the battle pass? Will it be like Halo 4 where items do not get unlocked, do not get locked after the season ends? You can always get the previous battle pass items by completing it, as well as enough currency. Okay, do players need to spend money? What's your plan regarding monetization of battle pass? Holy shit, this guy's got 7 questions. More Mercy style supports? Will there be an upgrade version? There are interactions with the voice lines. Will there be any 6v6 or legacy mode? All right, that's a lot of questions. I feel like they did not answer any of these. Let's just, oh, he answered one question out of all of them, which was there are voice lines between arm wrestling between Ryan and Zarya, blah, blah, blah. Do these carry over? And some people might want to play tank duos in open queue. Are there new similar interactions between Overwatch 2 and existing tanks? So Gavin says, we've written a lot new conversations to reflect the passage of time. For context, Overwatch 1 PvP had 1,200 pre-match conversation lines. Overwatch 2 has 1,800 plus new ones. We've written new ones between tanks. This is vital. I'd be very upset if Wrecking Ball and Junker Queen didn't have a chance to do that. So that means if they play together on a different mode, you'd see those. Okay. I'm gonna go through a few more and we'll call it a day. What is the team's opinion about the number of heroes in each role? 10 tanks, 17 damage, 8 supports. Is there any intention to increase them relevant to the other ones? Are you considering more role swaps like Doomfist to even out the roster? Winter says, our high number of damage heroes is directly related to the fact that damage was originally 2 different roles, offense and defense. Never our intent to create a role that had far more heroes than the other ones disproportionately. We know support needs more variety and it's a focus, but we can't develop abandoned damage heroes given their popularity just cause. Having the exact number of each hero is not the goal we're likely ever to pursue, but having more supports ASAP is. To that point, two of the 3 heroes after season 2 are supports. What sort of missions can we expect from the battle pass? Will they be hero specific? I think this person means challenges. General gameplay, push a payload 400 meters. So he says we're planning to add a variety of challenges that players can complete to progress it. We are not planning hero specific recurring challenges. We're planning lifetime challenges that feel a bit more like achievements and aren't intended to progress the battle pass in a significant way. Okay, so this is outside of Battle Pass challenges. That's cool. We want players to play the game without feeling required to swap onto specific heroes in order to progress. Our goal is to offer you some choices. So I know in Apex, it's like you need to play Bangalore 10 games, block X amount of damage as Gibraltar bubble or some shit, right? So it seems like their philosophy is not to have hero-specific challenges. Probably just general ones then. Because some people are really like anal about their like profile, and you know how some people don't want any hours played so that bar doesn't fill up on certain heroes. It'd be kind of shitty if you had to play a certain hero to like fill up a battle pass and you don't want that on your profile, even though that probably shouldn't matter anyways. But you know how some people are. They're trying to please as many people as they can. What was it like filling in the new game director for nostalgic game like Overwatch and working on the sequel? Aaron Keller. Okay, I've been part of the team since 08, since Project Titan. Deep connection with the team in game. I have a lot of feelings about being game director because of this history, and I feel so grateful they put their faith in me. There's honor and responsibility. I don't take it lightly, and I do lose a little bit of sleep now because of it. It's not always easy to know what the best way forward is in every situation, but I always look to be doing what's best for the game, its community, and to the team as its highest value. This value is what's behind the release of PvP this year. It's important to get new content out for the game. It was a massive shift for the team to completely change the way we were working and releasing the game. We think it's worth it because that's what's best. Good answer, man. What would happen when you try to melee as Junker Queen while Gracie is already stuck in a wall or enemy? Does she punch with her fist or does it recall the knife? Can confirm she does a normal melee if she doesn't have a knife. Okay, so that's important to know, chat. So for Junker Queen, when you guys try next week, when you throw like if you have your knife in your hand without throwing it and you melee, you'll do bonus damage and get the wound. If you throw it and you haven't recalled it yet and you melee, it seems like it's a normal melee, probably 30 base damage. Interesting AMA, to be honest with you. There's a lot of information here. Can you give your insight on your design philosophy for the upcoming support? Will they support through healing, utility, some combinations, or decision to attract people who prefer other roles to play support, like mechanically intensive or better playmaking? Josh No says, in general, the broad goal is to provide a wide range of playstyle options. There isn't a big shift in that regard, being weighted towards more healing damage utility. Just want to make sure they fit into a 5v5 and have a significant outcome in a match, but that can be achieved in a variety of ways depending on the individual hero. Look, yeah. Future support heroes could lean more on mechanical skills while others... Okay, that's just... Basically, they can do whatever. Why after 3 years, there's only 3 heroes at launch? It probably just takes them a long time. They've restructured a bunch of times. Fucking sexual harassment, controversies. There's just a bunch of shifts. Just a lot of internal issues, is what I assume. And delays and problems, COVID, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we see this question a lot. It's understandable you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. I'm sure like they work very hard. We know the Overwatch team works hard. It's just a lot of stuff is under wraps. They have to blow us away with the PvE. I know there's just so many departments. I think they did say that their team is the biggest it's ever been. So they've hired a lot of people. Oh, experimental that came in with fucking... The experimental that came last week, we were never able to play it, dude. There was a backend issue with hot fixing, updating without a full patch that was causing a lot of players to crash when trying to play it. No ETA when that will be resolved, but many of those changes will also be in the beta. All right, well, fuck it. No more of that. Are you planning on updating the colorblind system? Yes, but not right away. Looking to improve accessibility. Goal for the UX UI team to focus. Okay. Well, they include the new hero redesigns. This one will include all new looks for this beta. That's actually big because the last beta was a lot of old looks that weren't ported in yet. So yeah. Movement acceleration. Josh No says, we tried this out early in Overwatch 2 development. The nice thing about it was that it reduced the effectiveness of the AD strafing spam and it made hit scan heroes much more consistent with their damage output, which wasn't a problem since we could balance around that. The main problem was that players were so used to how responsive movement feels in Overwatch 1 that it was too jarring to make a big change. And after trying smaller and smaller increments, it kind of got to the point where there wasn't much tangible benefit to aiming, but movement still felt laggy. So we just got rid of movement acceleration. I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. After action report. What do we see now? When you look through the history section of your profile, you'll be able to quickly see key information for your recent games. Okay, so stuff would be the map, game mode result, and the hero you played. Then you can view stats for all the heroes you played, a snapshot of the final in-game scoreboard, and additional features like team fight statistic and a timeline to show where the key events in the game took place. I know in Valorant, it tells you like which round where you killed. Just a lot of like hot zones, cold zones. I'm excited for this, to be honest with you. AD movement, do you think they should have removed the AD movement? Strafe spam is worse with the new speed changes. I mean, the speed changes are only for the DPS heroes. They're at 10% they're 10% faster. And that means Genji and Tracer already had that AD spam, which hasn't changed. And then every other DPS hero has a minor speed buff. I don't think it's that significant. All right, I think we got some of the big nuggets of information through this AMAA, not an ask me anything and answer everything, almost anything. But yeah, feel free. I'm going to link the full anime in the description, and that will be all. Peace.